I don't eat anything. Which one is it? I don't know.
Our coverage of the NFL brings us to the southern end of the Tar Heel State and to this beautiful venue, Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Up next, a contest that keeps things all in the NFC between the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers.
What's up?
Ryan Fitzgerald all set to get this one started. And we're off and running from Charlotte. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Shump. Connection made. Travis Etienne. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Here's Etienne on first down. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Saints first down. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
First down, Saints.
Shump now on first down. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And it's going to be second down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
From the gun, Etienne gets it. And they find him after just a yard. It's 3rd down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Third down, here's Shump. Has his man, it's caught. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Coming left is Miller. And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Now Shump to throw. Finds his fullback. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Now we had a 3rd down. We get a pause here. They're going to call a timeout. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend.
I remember talking to Jim Harbaugh one time, and Bo Schembechler asked him when he was a head coach, you have a tight end with his hand on the ground? Yes, coach. You have a fullback still on your roster? Yes, coach. And you're going to be just fine.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. And a big shot keeps him out of the end zone, but they're just a yard away now as that play brings them to 1st and goal. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just...
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Saints finish up an excellent opening series.
Kate, I think 2 things were at play here. Not just the brute force to get it done on the QB sneak, but also the element of surprise to run it on first down. Job well done.
That one splits the uprights. And the Saints will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Reed now to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10.
Come on, White.
Straight to the air here. It's Young. Completed over the middle. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Catch made by Chuba Hubbard. On the move, past the 40. And this is going to be down to, it looks like about the opposing 36 for their next snap. They get 23 on that one. And that's going to bring up a Carolina 1st down. Offensive line fast.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
43 rail.
To the air on 1st down. Young. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. He got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing him. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Out of the gun, Young. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
Caught by Hubbard. And that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Black. Yellow, 22.
Sticking to the air, it's Young. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Defenses are fine with surrendering that completion if it means making the stop short like they did and bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, I like when these defensive coordinators say they want to populate the ball, and that was a perfect example of it. Don't let the playmaker get started.
Don't want to punt from here, but too far for a field goal as well. They're going for it here.
Let's go. 6. Next blue, 32. Fury, yellow. Ready.
Again, it's Young. That's cut beyond the marker. And he gets down to the 24 before he stops. They hit for 16 yards on 4th down, and a drive a lot of us thought had stalled out. He's going to carry on.
60 red.
To the air yet again. Young. This is thrown towards a defender instead, and he's the one who makes a play on football. That's not what this offense wants. Incomplete on 1st down. On the 24 once again. It's 2nd and 10.
Come on, set. 45, White. Ready?
Here's Young again. Completes it to his running back. Here's Jonathan Brooks. And he's going to work it to the 20. Jonas Sanker in from the secondary, making that stop.
It's a gain of 4.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled for a short gain.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Chased out to his right. He connects downfield. No, he's not going to get to the end zone. The stop is made in time at the 2, but hey, 4 more chances coming. They've got a 1st and goal.
Panthers first down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Design quarterback run here. And he will take this across. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers finish off their opening drive. It's a Bryce Young touchdown. Well, no hesitations to start this one out, Brock. These guys came out slinging it. Seems like that's going to be what their offense leans on throughout this game.
Yep, don't see really any reason to get away from it as long as the results keep coming. Second drive, I think we'll all be watching that one. Will they mix in a little bit more run? Will they have to mix in more run, or can they continue to just shred this defense through the air?
They come up with a touchdown of their own, and then, I love this, a little one-upping by scoring on the two-point try to take the lead.
Yeah, you love it because you didn't have to make that call. The coach did. But clearly, they don't want to play from behind. They want to be the one dictating. And now, well, now they've got to do it the rest of the way.
At their own 20-yard line.
Saints to the line now. First and 10. Throwing. Shot. It's caught right side by Johnson. And he drives it up to the 24. Hassan Reddick cleaning up that play. This is 2nd and 6 coming up.
At the 24-yard line.
Shot to throw. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Devin Lloyd making the play. And they're going to drop him to end the return, but this turnover isn't going to stand. We've got flags at the spot right where he picked it off. We've got first down here from the 36. They'll run here following the penalty. And he manages to find a little traction on this Soach field as he fights forward for a couple. So that's one quarter gone in a battle of NFC South rivals. 8-7 the score. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this. We're back for the second quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They've got 2nd and 7 to start. Back to throw. Shot. He had it for a moment, but a complete defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Searching for Chris Olave with that one. And that makes it 3rd down.
The defender's not going to be thrilled. The catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now a 4th down staring right at him. And he drives this one into the pouring rain. And a sure-handed play there in the rain. He brings in the fair catch without a problem.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
22 needle. 52 close.
Young working from the gun. Pass brought in by Teteroa McMillan. And he'll get it up to the 27. Offense in the hurry up here.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches. At the 27-yard line.
Here he is on 2nd and inches. He throws it deep to the left side. And again, an interception is dropped. Looked a whole lot like the last play, didn't it, partner? And again, the turnover escapes him. It's going to be 3rd down.
When that ball left his hands, Kate, he envisioned a massive play, and he nearly saw it happen for all the wrong reasons. What a great effort there defensively to track the ball and be in position to nearly pick it.
Going to throw here on 3rd. That's caught for the 1st. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that's good for a Panthers 1st.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Shotgun snap now to Young. This is Legette working the left side. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Escapes the pocket. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up third down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Young from the gun on third. Short pass brought in. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that's going to bring up a Carolina first down.
Panthers first down.
Trouble, 38.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Defense shows blitz. Young dumps it underneath, covered. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Finds him on the crossing route. And he's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone. Brock inside the 15. All right, they look set now. Here we go, first and 10.
First down.
Here we go.
First and 10.
Looking inside the red zone. He's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So second down now after the incompletion.
Incomplete.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
Ready?
Second and 10 now. Young's going to try again. He completes it in traffic. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
It's a gain of
I
5.
call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Smash, blue, 32. Hut.
From the gun on third down. Escapes the pocket. And he scores. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers grow the lead to 7. It's a Bryce Young touchdown.
With that score, this is now a time where this defense is going to get on that sideline, look at each other, and say, hey, we got to play this quarterback a whole lot more honest because he is doing damage with his legs.
15.
That one right down the middle. And the Panthers grow their lead to 8. Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. First and 10. Saints find themselves with some good field position starting out. On play action, here's Shaw. That's intercepted near the sideline. Lathan Ransom has it. And the Panthers have it as he records the first interception of his young career.
Shucks pass. Intercepted. The Panthers take over first and 10. At the
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45.
52. Let's go. Blue striker. Ready.
Out of the gun, Young. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. So they let first down stand since it worked out well for them. The penalty declined. That brings up second and 10.
Okay,
They
right.
break the huddle. It's second down now.
Trouble, 38. Ready.
Now Young. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down after a short gain. Offense in the hurry up here.
makes it third and 8.
Wait.
On third down, it's Young. On the move, headed right. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss, whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
This offense is not leaving the field. On 4th and 8, they're going for it.
Here we go.
Sticking to the air, it's Young. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Here's ETN to begin the drive. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Sharp looking to pass here. Now look underneath here for ETN. And this one doesn't go far.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it or, in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
Chopped on 3rd down. Into the hands of his running back, ETN. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there. And that's good for a Saints first down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down, New Orleans.
Shotgun snap to Sharp. Throw left side finds Johnson. And it won't be a touchdown, Brock, but it sure was close. He winds up out of bounds just about a yard shy of the goal line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there. It's what you want your guys to do. To not just catch it and fall down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch it first, but then have a plan to go attack. Be aggressive. Get those yards after catch. That is a job well done.
Now the Saints hustling people forward. They need to get set. Sharp running the sneak. And he gets it on the sneak. Touchdown! The Saints earn the chance to tie before halftime.
The kicker on for the extra.
I don't think that defense was ready for that kind of push at the point of attack. I think they were thinking outside run, play action, but they get gutted, and they get gutted right up the middle.
Saints 14.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. Trevor Etienne to return this. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Ready?
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. Young on 1st and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So it's 2nd down coming up.
43 rails. Ready. Black, 95.
Young looking to throw. Forced out to his right. Downfield, and he's got McMillan. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. They pick up a 34 yards on that play. And that's good for a Panthers first.
You know, Ken, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt, or an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
That's complete. Dialing up McMillan again. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
It's a gain of 30.
Offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Right through.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
60 red. 60 red. Ready.
From the red zone now. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Panthers grow their lead just before halftime. It's a Bryce Young touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. This is Fitzgerald trying to tack on the extra point. Got a good play in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Panthers grow their lead to 8.
Saints 14. Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Brown with a return here. And this drive will start inside the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Shuck working from the gun. This is a heater going deep. Big game downfield. He's all the way home. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints earn the chance to tie before halftime. The extra point. Here's Smith. And he hits the extra point. A little surprised they wouldn't go for 2 in the tie, but at least he made it. So the lead falls to a single point. Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. On the return, this is Etienne. And he gets it up beyond the 20, but boy, did they plant him a few inches into the ground at the end of that run.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Panthers look just about ready. First and 10.
Here we go. Black 40. Set.
Young working from a gun. He wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first.
Gain of 19 yards.
Faster.
Goes to the hurry up here.
Down now. 53.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Red. Yellow. Hut, hut.
Here's Young on first and 10. That's completed right side. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with first and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
Kate, I've probably seen a million balls thrown in my life, and maybe even more. From the time I was in high school all the way here to the pros, and over all these decades of watching guys throw it, and I'll tell you what, I never get tired of watching a laser like that.
Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. First and goal here.
Ready?
He's got it. He takes it in. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers will add to their lead at the end of the half. It's a Jonathan Brooks touchdown. This is Fitzgerald trying to tack on the extra point. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Panthers grow their lead to 8.
Saints 41. Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Brown with a return here. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful
The
effort.
Saints take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Down to 12 seconds before halftime as they come to the line. First and 10. Here's Shuck. Goes right downfield to Olave. And finally they get to him and send him out as this gets all the way into enemy territory. It's a full 40 yards on the play, Brock, and a new set of downs. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Throwing this for the end zone. And they will not connect. Took his shot there to end the half, but no dice. That's going to take us to the break. Now from a franchise who authored the most famous one ever back in that 09 Super Bowl, it's the Saints starting the half with an onside kick. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. All right, partner, are you on board with that call we just saw? Yes, they trailed, but not a huge lead. It's only in the third quarter. Hold it, you jumped the gun. Now they're in a tougher spot because they didn't recover. Did you say no?
No. No.
Hits the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers grow the lead coming out at halftime. This is Fitzgerald trying to tack on the extra point. Extra point set in through the rain. And the Panthers lead by 15 now.
Panthers 36, Saints 21.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
At their own 22-yard line.
New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's 1st and 10. Chuck now from the gun. Lasers this one deep down the middle. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picks it off.
Chuck's pass. Intercepted. The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 40.
So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10.
Down. Cut.
Shotgun snap now to Young. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, it kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10.
Ready. Black. 95.
Now it's Young. Hits his running back. And the hit arrived shortly after that football did, but he hangs on for a gain down to the enemy 44. And they keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Looking to throw, Young. He's on the crossing route. And this is going to get him into the red zone. He's at the 18-yard line. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
10 cycles. Red. Yellow.
From the red zone on 1st. Cut near the goal line. And we might be close to this lead growing again. That play gives him a 1st and goal.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks.
He has the Carolina touchdown. The Panthers parlay the interception into points. Xavier Legette with the touchdown. That gives him a marked distinction for this season. He's now up to 40 touchdown passes this year, and it's part of one of the more impressive campaigns that we've seen from an NFL QB. That one splits the uprights, and the Panthers grow the lead now to 22 points. Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Saints to the line now. 1st and 10. Off the play action. Chuck. Buys time, rolling right. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Still 10 to go. Second down now from the 26. Shuck's going to throw here. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Third down, here's Shuck. Has his man, it's Plump. And he is stopped with authority there, but that stop came later than they'd like as he gets a good bit and that first down. New set of downs for him, and Shuck's at the 38. Shuck now on first down. Absolutely fires this one right side. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, you get more interceptions. There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down. Third and long for him here. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Panthers get it back.
Why you all in my face, taking up all of my space? You should get out of my way. You should.